Dobbs in the shotgun. Pass over the middle. Touchdown, Tennessee! And into the end zone. Touchdown.
Time for kickoff, so you better be ready to dance. Fate's not ticked off. Wanna beat you to give him the chance.
Dogs are celebrating.
Now you live and live. Pure adrenaline.
Oh, boom.
Where you're standing.
Got a man. McKenzie. Yeah, touchdown.
Fate has chosen. Time to dial it in. Yeah.
It's the Volunteers versus the Dogs, the SEC on CBS.
Pure adrenaline. Yeah.
We welcome all of you to the Home Depot SEC on CBS. Today, the undefeated Volunteers of Tennessee against the once-beaten Bulldogs of Georgia. We're at Sanford Stadium, sold out on the campus of the University of Georgia. There's a slight degree of enthusiasm among the fans who have gathered here. Take a look at the current standings in the SEC East. The importance of this is if Tennessee can win here in Georgia this afternoon, they will really grab control of the SEC East Division. Hi once again, everybody. Vern Lundquist along with Gary Danielson. Good to have all of you with us here in Athens. 1 week ago today, the contrast in emotions among these two teams could not have been greater. In Knoxville, Butch Jones, Bob Shoup, the defensive coordinator, Josh Dobbs, they all celebrated a scintillating come-from-behind victory over Florida. Meanwhile, in Oxford, the Georgia Bulldogs were hammered, and they lost in a humiliating way to the Rebels of Ole Miss. Well, we know about the contrast in emotions between the two teams. How about the fan bases here?
Vern, SEC football, the fan bases, it's like a mix of outrage, misery, joy, and hope. And these two fan bases are more in the misery and joy phase. For Tennessee, right now, they're not playing at one game at a time. They're going, all right, if we beat Georgia, we split with A&M and Alabama. We're on our way to SEC. We can get into the playoffs. That's how it is in Knoxville. And in Athens right now, we can't run the ball. We can't pass protect. When we get down there, we can't kick a field goal. It's misery in Athens right now.
Well, there's a contrast in the emotions. There's also a contrast in the two quarterbacks who will start today.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to have a bigger variation. You've got one veteran and one new guy. For Tennessee, it's been that breakout game finally for Joshua Dobbs. We knew all the things he could do. Great athlete, run with power, make the plays. You could see it. He runs inside, runs outside, but in this game, he started hitting those passes in the pocket, that final step. And the contrast is, got a young gunslinger here. Jacob Eason's going to be the guy. You can see the flashes. He's got that cannon for a right arm, but again, he's just a true freshman, and he's still making those mistakes. The problem for Jacob Eason, the guys around him, especially the security blanket he may need, Nick Chubb is doubtful. If he plays, we're not going to see the real Nick Chubb we saw 2 years ago. It's going to be quite a task for the young gunslinger.
It's Tennessee at Georgia on a gorgeous Saturday afternoon in October. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Geico, Bud Light, Cintas, and by Chick-fil-A. And we welcome all of you back to Sanford Stadium. It will be full, 92,000 plus on hand in this meeting in the East between the Volunteers, undefeated, and the Bulldogs of Georgia, who are 3-1. In this game a year ago, defensive lineman Shai Tuttle for Tennessee lost for the year after receiving this tough block from Brandon Cablano, the center for Georgia. For more on this story, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Vert and Gary, we always hear coaches say they don't want to give other teams bulletin board material. Well, Tennessee got bulletin board material this week when they found out that Cablano's picture was featured on the front of this week's game ticket. Coincidence? Georgia says yes. Tennessee, they're not so sure. We asked Butch Jones this week about it. He downplayed it, but he also downplayed the duck in the truck trash talking that we heard from Florida last week, which we found out after the game proved a huge source of motivation for this Tennessee team. Now, will this ticket be as effective as the duck in the truck? We're yet to find out, but being a former athlete, Gary, I know you can relate to this. You will take anything you can get when it comes to a game of this magnitude.
Absolutely. Give me 300 yards passing and some motivation, and we got a chance. That's what Josh did last week.
There's Cablano. He will be the starting center for the Georgia Bulldogs again today. Tennessee won the toss, and they have deferred the option. That means that Georgia will get the ball. 81 degrees, humidity only 32%. It is a sensational Saturday afternoon. Greg McGarity, the athletic director at Georgia, told us yesterday this is the first perfect Saturday they've had at home in a couple of years. Look how close this series has been, both overall and in games played here. And the last 4 meetings have been nail biters. Aaron Medley will kick off for the Volunteers. Reggie Davis and Brendan Douglas are the deep men. We're underway. Short kick taken at the 3 by Reggie Davis. Oh, he is taken down almost immediately at the 17-yard line by Daniel Batuli. Cue the cow, the Chick-fil-A starting lineups. The freshman, Jacob Eason, Lake Stevens, Washington.
Yeah, he has a Matthew Stafford arm. And in 2006, Matthew Stafford had yet to become the permanent starter the last time Tennessee won here in Athens.
Sony Michel is the starting running back. He'll run the sweep. Nice cut. And he's all the way out across the 25 and 26. Todd Kelly Jr. with the tackle number 24. Offensively for Georgia, it's Catalina, a transfer. Wynn, Cablano, Sony Michel will start. I doubt that we'll see Nick Chubb. They were hopeful, but he injured an ankle last week in a loss. And, of course, is coming off that terrible knee injury of a year ago. Gain of 9. There's Nick Chubb. Second and 1. Play fake. Eason into the flat. Caught. Christian Payne, the fullback. First down, Georgia. Defensively for Tennessee, Vereen, Vickers, O'Brien. Derek Barnett just had a sensational game a week ago. Colton Jumper gets the start at the middle. Todd Kelly had a very effective game last week. They have 3 starters out defensively for the Volunteers.
Very interesting tactic Georgia's using early here in the game. They line their offensive linemen up. They freeze the defensive substitutions for Tennessee. Then they go back huddle and break quickly out of with the new formation. Very interesting.
Play fake. Eason looks back to his left. Man-for-man coverage way downfield and overthrown. Intended for Reggie Davis. Well, we mentioned as the lineups were being presented to you, the kind of game Derek Barnett had last week.
Well, you know, Vern, he had such a good game. I have to grade him on a different grading scale from now on. He's proven to me, you know, he can high jump 7 foot. So I'm not going to be impressed if he high jumps 6'10" today. He needs to make a difference like a difference maker he showed he could be last week.
After the incompletion, it's second down 10. 2 wides left, 2 to the right. Slant pattern. That's Blazevich, the tight end, who was split out. And it's incomplete. Locked there by Emmanuel Mosley, number 12. Kirby Smart, graduate of Georgia, defensive back here First year as the head coach, he waited for his opportunity. Long-time defensive coordinator to Nick Saban at Alabama.
And it's these 3rd and longs that Georgia was trying to avoid. The reason? As you saw, Derek Barnett, he's a monster in this situation.
Eason, screen pass. Gets a good block, but he is cut down far short. That was Sonny Michel.
Barnett gets it in there, but it is a screen pass. I'll tell you, Rashawn Golden, number 7, did a great job turning it back inside. There's the matchup that Georgia feels they have to at least help Catalina on. Tyler Catalina, the transfer trad from Rhode Island.
Marshall Long will punt. Averaging just under 40 yards per punt this year. Kamara is deep. Has it at the 15. All the way out to the 33, perhaps the 34-yard line. 47-yard punt. That's an 18-yard return. The senior aerospace engineering major, Josh Dobbs, when we come back. We are back in Athens. No score. Let's get the cow back on stage. The Chick-fil-A starting lineups, and that leads us to Joshua Dobbs. For the season, 57%. He really had a terrific game in the second half last week.
He did, and he had a big game against Georgia a year ago, but in this game a week ago, it was impressive, I have to say.
And you see the remainder of the lineup. Jawan Jennings was a difference maker in that win over Florida a week ago. 3 wides to the left, 1 to the right. Jalen Hurd rumbles out across the 45.
Yeah, one of the guys that, at least from the broadcast, we didn't mention a lot of last week was Jalen Hurd, but he runs through the tackles as well as any back in the SEC. He is the most physical running back in the league, I believe.
Quick flip, receiver slipped and fell. That was Josh Smith, number 25. Defensively for Georgia, Carter, Thompson, Atkins, Bellamy. Maurice Smith graduated from Alabama, where he was a backup for 4 years, and he followed Kirby Smart for his final year of play at the University of Georgia. This is Hurd trying to get to the outside.
Okay, Malcolm Parrish did exactly what the Georgia defense, Kirby Smart, wants. Someone has to set the edge. That time it was Malcolm Parrish's job, and he did not let Hurd get outside wide.
No huddle offense. 3rd down, 9. Dobbs now backs out. Plenty of time. Sets his feet, fires it incomplete. Defended by Justin Young, who applied the pressure. Josh Smith was the intended receiver.
Well, I can tell you right away, this Georgia defense decided to be aggressive. They rushed 5 men on the play, and just as he let it go, Justin Young made it a tough throw. Good coverage by the Georgia secondary, but also pressure on the throw.
Trevor Daniel to punt. Isaiah McKenzie is back. He'll have to rush up and does not call for the fair catch. Now, 4 times in his career, he has returned punts for touchdown. 4 times.
Well, a week ago, we were watching Antonio Callaway butcher the punts. This time, Isaiah McKenzie made a really good play.
Georgia gets it for the 2nd time. Just under 11 to go, opening quarter.
Isn't that
scoreless first quarter, 10:43 remaining. We had mentioned that Tennessee has been decimated defensively by injury.
Yeah, arguably 3 out of their 4 best defensive players are not playing into this football game. But, you know, they knocked off a big win last week, and they didn't play. Jalen Reeves maybe gave it a try, but he just could not do it at all. I thought it was pretty cool, them wearing out their helmets and going out for the coin toss.
And guess what? Nick Chubb is in the backfield.
Yeah, you know, there's Cam Sutton in the pregame right there on the crutches. Nick Chubb did practice Thursday. He didn't look great, but he didn't look awful.
Here he is. Gets around the edge. He sat out all but one play all of last year with a terrible ACL injury sustained in this game. Came back and opened the season with 222 yards against North Carolina. Diminishing numbers since, and he was injured last week, but he got 1 carry in at least today.
Well, there's no doubt Georgia is creating the image that they want to go fast, but they are not. They are trying to slow it down from the line of scrimmage.
Blitz, flip, oh boy. Had Michelle been able to handle it, he might have gone for a ways.
Did not quite get the pick. They tried to pick the end man in the line of scrimmage to the outside. Just see it on the left side of your screen. If they'd have got the pick to the outside against Derek Barnett, this could have been a touchdown. Just before that happened, they tried to rub off Barnett, and they did not get it.
3rd down, 7.
Got the tight end over there to help on Barnett this time. Let's see if he chips with a little bit. No, he does not.
Eason down. Almost lost it.
And this time Corey Vereen from the other side. You put your eyes to the left side. You put your tight end over there. And then what happens? Corey Vereen from the other side says, you guys worried all week from one side? Nice little twist to the outside coming in, and Vereen gets the sack, but it could have been also Galden, number 7. Boy, both, you know, Georgia just cannot get in those long 3rd down situations. They have trouble.
And now they face it 4th and 14, short punt. Kamara on the run at the 40, slips a tackle across the 50 and out of bounds. Good field position for the Volunteers. 9:20 to go, opening quarter of play. Eason and Dobbs. Now it's time to take a look at our Home Depot tools for success.
Vern, a lot of people, when they talk about quarterbacks, when they start measuring people, they start measuring them arm strength, how big they are, how fast they can run. But the tool that may be most important is how tough they are. Last week, Josh Dobbs stood in the pocket on his 4 touchdown passes. He did not see the completion. That's the final step. That toughness of waiting till the last second and throwing the ball is what all the great ones have. Being tough enough to know you're going to take a hit, but sacrificing it to make that throw. What a great step he made last week.
1st down 10, scoreless game, 3 wide to the left side. Malone is the outside man. Play fake. Dobbs settles for the Tyler Bird, the freshman out of Naples, Florida. True freshman. Joshua Dobbs threw the 2nd interception. He was 8 of 22, but then look what happened. He exploded after that.
Yeah, all the momentum was going against him, and he just went the other way with it.
Did I hear you just mention momentum?
That was sarcastically.
Oh, okay. I knew that. I just wanted to make sure everybody else did. My partner of 11 years is not a big-time believer in...
Yeah, as in not.
Old Mo.
Well, let's see if this Georgia defense can get off the field now. If there's anything Butch Jones preaches for his Tennessee football team, he calls this 3rd down potential 4-point plays. The difference between a touchdown and a field goal attempt.
Malone, top of the screen. They'll hand it off to Hurd. He runs hard and gets a 1st down at the 35-yard line.
Just got a feeling that Tennessee is going to try to tee up Jalen Hurd today. He brings that physical presence to the football field every week.
Dobbs. He can hurt you in so many ways, and this is one of them. He gets back to the line and not much more.
One of the things that Kirby Smart and Mel Tucker, the Georgia defensive coordinators, talked about last week with Chad Kelly is missed tackles when they had opportunities for sacks. There was a missed one right there. Now look at 2nd and 9 is livable. It would have been 2nd and 13, 14.
Right side, bobbled, dropped. Jawan Jennings, who had 2 clutch catches, including for the go-ahead touchdown against Florida, drops this one.
Yeah. Now Tennessee fans are saying right now, that's a really good omen, because last week in the first half they dropped 5 of them. Let's see if Georgia can get a sack. They just have not been sacking anybody this year. 2nd to last in the SEC.
3rd and 8. Malone, 3 wides. Dobbs overthrows the screen pass. It was intended for Hurd. And they had it set up reasonably well.
Yeah, this is an interesting decision here for Butch Jones as we watch the screen pass. Yes, if that was well thrown, that would have been a big play. Are you going to punt it?
Yeah.
Are you going to go for it? It would be a 51-yard field goal. It appears that they're going to at least line up as if they're going to punt it. Georgia, I don't think they have enough players on the field. Well, they do now.
Here's Daniel, goes for the corner.
That was, I tell you, Georgia dodged one there. They're even going to get good field position. I don't think it got inside the 20-yard line.
No, 21.
Georgia only had 10 men on the field on a 4th and short play, and they got away with it. Wow.
Total yards on the punt for Tennessee, 13. Okay, Adam, thank you. It's scoreless here midway through the first. 7:05 to go, and after that 13-yard punt, Georgia gets an opportunity at their own 21.
I'm thinking about the opening play of the game when Sony Michel rushed for 8 or 9 yards. That's what Georgia has to do. They need to help out the quarterback. That way the play-action pass game comes into effect.
Michel is the back. Bounces it to the outside. Nice move. Couple of them. Just short of the first down at the 30-yard line.
Well, Vern, Nick Chubb has actually carried the ball more for Georgia than all of the other running backs combined for this team. Brendan Douglas, Sony Michel, Brian Herrien. So you could see the big loss that Chubb brings, but Sony Michel, quite a football player.
Now Brian Herrien, the freshman, number 35, gets his first appearance in the ball game.
They're not going to throw it this time.
Nope. That's Herrien. He's got a first down plus.
Brian Herrien carrying the ball, a true freshman, as Vern told you, has really, when you watch him practice, has all the tools. Very, very quick runner.
Leading rusher last year, there is Nick Chubb. He's been in on offense for 1 play. First down 10. Reverse. Isaiah McKenzie comes back the near side.
That Tennessee defense ran the alleys that time, forced them one way and came back the other, and boy, did they bottle up a really gifted athlete, Isaiah McKenzie.
McKenzie stays on the field. Micah Abernathy made the tackle, along with a couple of teammates' help.
You can see offensive coordinator Jim Chaney is on the field. He's doing the no huddle, not in a big hurry.
Inside, good. It's Riley Ridley, number 8.
And what a nice route by Ridley this time. He's at the bottom of the screen right there. Right there. does really patiently, sets up the route. No hurry to get inside, gets inside, and of course, that guy that can throw the ball right there. I mean, we're going to take it easy. I mean, to me, he has the best arm I've seen in this league since Matthew Stafford.
Whoa.
I mean, this is a rifle. And I remember Stafford as a freshman, and here's the wild dog right here. Terry Godwin, I believe, is in the wild dog.
He is indeed. They hand it off left side, Michelle. And Sony Michelle scoots. Well, Kirby Smart, we mentioned in his first year here, he was a defensive back here, a starter, served as an administrative assistant, and then the running back coach in 2005, and became the head coach, succeeding Mark Richt. Won his first 3, although closely. Here's the handoff to Harrion again. They are across midfield for the first time, Georgia.
I think part of the game plan for Georgia going into this game is knowing how good Barnett and Vereen are off the edge. Is could they force those 2 defensive ends to play running football? Are you know, we know you can rush the passer, but are you willing to play first and second down tough football? You know, the old Georgia teams, they would do that. This Georgia team isn't quite equipped to do it, especially without Chubb.
Blazevich is on. This is Blazevich in motion. Toss on the eye. Little hurdle. It's Isaiah McKenzie again. He's such a threat.
And he's small. And he's playing tailback this time, using a lot of different guys to try to do the same thing Georgia is right now. Very successful drive.
First down 10.
And I tell you, the more you run it, the more it's going to set up the possibility of the play action pass and allowing your quarterback to throw the deep ball. Remember the success Florida had on the deep ball a week ago.
Blazevich now tight to the left side. Sweep. Harrion. Wow.
Vern Alley showed the block by Brandon Poblano right there. He's on the face of the ticket. Watch this block and tell me if you don't think it looks familiar.
Oh, gosh.
Throws on him exactly the same, and that's what you do. The pulling center. You're out in space. You can't match up with the speed of those safeties and linebackers, so you throw and force them to protect their legs. A great job, Brandon.
Gain of 9. This is Michelle in trouble. Now let's see if Eason throws a block. Well, I would not call that a block, unless you consider blocking oxygen.
What are you talking about? That's that would be one of my highlight ones. What are you talking about?
Well, he blocked air.
Well,
okay,
he didn't duck. He didn't duck. I mean, that's a positive play.
Once a quarterback, always a quarterback.
He had a pretty tough target there.
Well, he is 6'5" after all.
Yes, he had a tough guy to go. Look at this tight formation on third down here. Will they run it? No.
Play action. Under pressure, lets it go.
It's going to be holding. How about this? We've heard the stutter routes that have given Tennessee problems before. Watch the tight end come down and run the stutter and go this time. Come out, big old guy, stutter and go, and he had to grab him, or that'd have been a touchdown. Dialed up, they went for it on 3rd and short.
That was Micah
Abernathy. Yes.
Abernathy, yes it was.
And you know what? He had no choice. He was beat, and he knew if he let him go, it would have been a touchdown.
So after the penalty, first down and 10. They'll run it up the middle. Michelle, touchdown, Bulldogs. That brings on Rodrigo Blankenship to try the extra point. He is the second place kicker used this season. And the kick is up, and it is good. Out of Bryce Ramsey's hole.
Well, watch Brandon Cablano, the center. His picture's on the ticket. You have to block when your picture's on the ticket. He helps, and then second level gets the block and fits on the linebacker. And you know the strategy of running at the linebackers. Remember, Tennessee is missing their two best linebackers, Reeves-Maben and Kirkland. What a play and run a dash by Sony Michel.
Seven 0 Georgia strikes first. 10 plays, 79 yards, 5.5 minutes. And that young man, Sony Michel, got the touchdown. Rodrigo Blankenship will kick off. And Evan Berry is one of the deep men. Short, very short. It's Micah Abernathy. Lost his shoe. Well, regional football for you tomorrow. The NFL, it all starts in London, Indianapolis, and Jacksonville. So you can have breakfast with the NFL. And then single header games. It all begins with the NFL today. James Brown and the group. Special time at 9 a.m. Southwest Airlines presents the NFL today. Always good to see. Okay. First down 10. Dobbs. Kamara. Ball's loose. No indication yet. Now there is. Mo Smith, who played 4 years at Alabama and followed Kirby Smart for a final year as a graduate transfer, is the nickelback, wears number 2, and got the fumble recovery.
Well, Tennessee knew, Vern, eventually the run had to change. The ball is stripped. Tennessee has fumbled the ball going into this game 12 times. They've only lost 1. Georgia has fumbled the ball 5 times and lost 4. Just had to change. And it did right there. A great turnover by Maurice Smith.
Natrez Patrick and Maurice Smith were there. And now Georgia with the chance to build on the lead. They'll go under center, the toss, the run to the right. It's Harrion again, but this time terrific pursuit by Emmanuel Mosley, the cornerback number 12 for Tennessee. Yeah, that is an astounding number of fumbles, and then they recovered everything.
And Tennessee knew it. You can't keep walking that tightrope and survive that after a while. It's got to even out. The odds have to be.
Eason out of the spread again.
How do they find a way to keep it out of 3rd and long? That's the challenge for Georgia right here. Just like that.
They'll run it, you bet. Brian Harrion, he's been impressive last week and this. From Douglasville, Georgia.
Is there any surprise? I mean, Tennessee is without maybe the best linebacker combination in the SEC, or arguably tied. With Jalen Reeves-Maben and Darren Kirkland not in the game, don't you have to challenge those inside linebackers for Tennessee? They have. The touchdown run went right up the middle, and that one, again, Georgia must press this Tennessee team from inside out.
3rd down 1, quarterback sneak. Eason, all 6'5" of him, and he is short. That's the final play of the opening quarter of play.
Wow.
And they did not get the first down.
That was quite a ways to go on a quarterback sneak right there, it seemed to me.
So the end of the first quarter, the one touchdown thus far. Sony Michel got it from inside the 10. We'll return to Athens after this message and a word from your local. As a team, Georgia this year 3 for 8 on field goals.
Yeah.
Longest one is 29 yards. Here's Kirby Smart.
Yep.
What
Kirby, this is why you're getting the big bucks right here for these decisions.
You bet.
You can't look around this time. It's your decision.
And on 4th and a foot, they will go from the spread. First down. Sony Michel.
I think Bill Connolly from SB Nation had a great stat about Georgia. They're 97th in the country of running the ball in run-down situations. So far in this game, they've been very good at it, running the ball when they have to run it in run situations.
Elijah Holyfield is on now, and he leads the block for Isaiah McKenzie around the right side, all the way near the 15. And there has been no whistle. Finally, there is.
I'll tell you, Isaiah McKenzie can't weigh 175 pounds. And watch his determination on this run, making guys miss and fighting through this last tackles right here, going forward like a tailback.
That was a pretty good block from Evander Holyfield's son. And it's a second down and 1. Whoa, not this time. Brian Harrion. Ball spotted just short of the 15. Colton Jumper, inside linebacker, made that tackle. And the Verizon red zone stats for the Georgia offense. 11 touchdowns, 18 trips. 3rd and the foot here. Play action. Eason into the flat, caught. First down. Isaac Nauta, N-A-U-T-A. 4 listed as tight ends for Georgia, and all 4 will play.
Yeah, and you talk about Jacob Eason's big time arm, but it's also a big accurate arm. You watch him in practice, he cuts the wind and throws strikes. His problem is keeping guys off his feet. When he gets that crowded pocket, I mean, come on, he just came out of high school. We have to give him a break here. They need to help him and continue to run the ball like they have been. It's a blitz look all the way. And
it is. Eason behind the intended receiver was Terry Godwin. Well, Lake Stevens, Washington, about 10-12 miles away from Everett, which is 30 miles from Seattle. As a high school senior, he led his team to a 12-1 record. They lost in the state semifinals. 4A in the state of Washington. Second down.
Alabama. Georgia's giving Tennessee a lot of different formations. They are really shifting around, changing the 3-receiver to 2-receiver side.
Timeout.
First charge timeout of the half. Georgia.
Well, Kirby Smart hurried down and called timeout, and then he jumped in the face of Isaac Nauta. All right, Adam, thank you. And it's going to be second down now. The total of plays run thus far, Georgia 26, Tennessee 11. Bulldogs lead 7-0 and threatening.
Just think of all the things going through the Georgia play call right here, and whether Bob Shute and Tennessee will blitz again. It looks like they're back in the zone.
Sony Michel breaks the first tackle but can't break the second, and here we are, Gary, 3rd and long.
Right.
Again.
And if you're Tennessee, you better circle Isaiah McKenzie. Only 5 touchdown passes all year for Georgia. 4 of them have gone to McKenzie, only 1 to somebody else, and that was Christian Payne, the fullback.
And one of those touchdown catches with 1:29 to go. Georgia beat Missouri by 1 point.
There's Mr. McKenzie right there.
Yep. They hand it off. Brendan Douglas.
Well, here we go.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be
Field goal time now.
Yep, and it's going to be Rodrigo Blankenship. William Ham started the season as the place kicker.
We were out at practice Thursday, and I got to tell you, they were going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. There weren't a lot made.
This is from 27. This is Rodrigo Blankenship. This is Ham, who was 3 for 7. From 27, it's up.
Listen to that cheer.
Yeah.
Like they don't follow football around here, huh?
Tennessee, nothing.
And the lead is increased for the Bulldogs to 10-0. Rodrigo Blankenship. Nothing to it. Nothing Georgia. Let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Vern, after we saw Georgia recover the fumble that led to the field goal, it's only fitting that I tell you about this lacrosse stick right here, which you can see at every single Georgia practice. Kirby Smart has become known for using non-football symbols to motivate his defense. Well, this is the latest of those things. He tracks every single ball disruption in practice, from scoop and scores, interceptions, deflections, you name it, they track it. And at the end of each practice, the player with the most points gets to take home a lacrosse stick. And the players wanted me to make sure I told everyone it's not just a lacrosse stick, it's also a Snickers bar. And it's arguable which is more exciting for those guys. You know, I do get Snickers down here on the field. It's a good reason to come to work every day.
And we get lacrosse sticks up here in the booth.
Well, and Ellie was a softball pitcher and a basketball player. What if she can show that lacrosse stick some style, how to shoot that thing down there?
Ah, yes. Here's the kick from Georgia. Taken by Evan Berry a couple of yards in. And he is down at the 22. Get the CBS Sports app for inside access to Tennessee, Georgia, or your favorite team. From signing day to game day, you'll get instant coverage of every moment from every angle. Download the CBS Sports app today. See that couple in the front row? The gal with the painted R and the guy with the blazer?
Yes,
yes,
right there. Yeah, right there.
I'm just curious if they're dating and how they decided who gets the painted R this week.
Could have gone the other direction, too.
Well, I know that. But instead of getting into dangerous territory, we'll get back
Vern, as
on
long
the
as
field.
we don't dance, we're fine. As long as we just...
You
if
do?
Tennessee is got a little bit of a yawn going on, that's because they've been behind in all 4 games this year.
Right.
And they've won them all.
Left side. Nothing there. John Atkins, number 97, leading the charge on Jalen Hurd. Justin Young was also a part of it.
Oh, good job by those front 7 right there. The offensive line could not move them out, and Laquan Smith, number 3, helps out on the tackle, but the defensive line and everybody did their job.
Third down 2. 10-0 Georgia. And got the first down over the left guard. Yes.
He is a load.
I was really struck talking to Kirby Smart yesterday about what he thinks of Jalen Hurd.
Oh, yeah. He actually, as the defensive coordinator at Alabama last year, they snuck that win out against this Tennessee team. And he said he circled the game and said, these guys are going to be tough next year.
On first down, Up the middle it goes. This is Alvin Kamara. It's a good change of pace in that backfield. Second down, 4. Malone, top of the screen. Josh Dobbs has only completed 3 of 6. He comes back, looks, chased, gets around the corner, and is knocked out of bounds.
If you're Reggie Carter, you're going, now come on. I had a clear shot of this guy. Let's start with the coverage first. Reggie Carter, the linebacker, had good coverage in the back end. Dobbs had nowhere to go with the football. Everyone, only 2 men out on the play. That's one of the reasons he had nowhere to go. But Carter tried to chase him down and could not do it.
On first down, they'll test Hurd up the middle. And
Reggie Carter goes, yeah, we got our guy, you know, is 6'5", 220, and their guy is 6'4", 220, but runs. Holy cow. I thought he had the angle on him, and he just got around him for the first down.
2nd and 9. Dobbs back, across the middle, crossing pattern. That's good for the first down inside the 35. Preston Williams, number 7, with the tackle.
Well, I tell you, this is the way you have to throw the ball. You got the front layer defenders, and he put it right over the top of the linebackers that time.
That's a gain of 19, most serious threat offensively for Tennessee in the ball game. Here's Dobbs. Almost casually strolls around the left side and out of bounds. Second down, 5. Toss. Around the corner goes Kamara. Boy, is he taken down rudely.
You know, Vern, you said it. It is a great 1-2 kind of combination with Jalen Hurd and Alvin Kamara. You know, both big backs, both fast backs, and both, it seems like a lot of defenders misjudge them and take the bad angles. As you see the tackle pretty close right there on the goal line, right there on the end line.
Timeout officially. I think they're going to measure. And so this time they've got to come 53 1/3 yards. Width of the field.
Pretty close. Roquan Smith, number 3, is the guy that forced it. It's
no, just short. Oh no, not just short.
Yeah, it's reviewable, and after they measured it, I think they got it, didn't they? You know, he kind of stepped out at the same time that the ball was there, but I don't think there's enough in replay to switch that up.
And so a first down for Tennessee, down by 10 midway through the second quarter of play. Dobbs pulls back.
Got him wide open.
Wide open. He fumbled in the end zone. Now then.
No, he pranced in. Jalen Hurd thought he had a touchdown and pranced into the end zone. He did not run through the touchdown line. Watch very carefully. He thinks he's going to score, and he doesn't finish the play, and that is a huge mistake. How many times are we going to have to tell these college kids to get through the end zone? before you start prancing around, and that is a correct call and will be a turnover. He kept looking inside and did not look behind him. He will be upset with Jalen Hurd, I'll tell you.
DeAndre Baker was there to hit him from behind.
He kept looking inside at Aaron Davis, thinking he was going to walk in, and he wasn't.
Wow. Eason. Michelle. Out to the 26-yard line.
Very similar to the touchdown he had a week ago against Florida, only this time he goes down the hash on the throw. But as he's looking inside, he fails to look outside. He thinks he's going to walk into the end zone like a week ago, and no, great hustle and a turnover, the second of the game. Hey, it's a lesson that will be learned.
Yeah. Now, in your mind, was it showboating or just casual?
I just think he casual.
Yeah,
I don't want to go to showboating.
I had the same feeling. Here's Michelle. Wow, look at him run.
Well, Sony Michel met with us yesterday, and I asked him, what did you play as a freshman? He says about 205. He said, now I'm about 215, 218, and feel much more comfortable running the ball between the tackles.
That was a game of 22.
And remember, last year, he's the guy that had to come in on when the first play of the game, Chubb got that gruesome injury.
Herring, the freshman, he's into the secondary, and it appears enough for another Georgia first down.
Well, I'll tell you, these guys are winning the football game inside. They're the ones that are doing a good block outside by the offensive tackle, getting the seal block. Might have been Gilliard, might have been Pike. I'm not exactly sure who got it. But the front five, that unit, is the guys that are changing up this football game for Georgia. Remember, they've thrown the ball 91 times the last two games.
They keep it on the ground. It's Harrion again. Well, what a reversal. Jalen Hurd appeared to have the touchdown. I agree with you. I don't think he was showboating. I think he just took a casual approach.
And there's no casual approach in football. That's just the way it is. You got to run right through the back of the end zone.
It's not like he dropped the ball on the one.
Listen, he thought he was wide open.
Yeah.
He thought he had a touchdown.
Second down and 3.
I was going to say that assumed thing. He assumed he had a touchdown.
Yeah.
And when you break it apart, you know that one, don't you?
I do. I do. Michelle.
Yeah, well strung out that time, but it looks like it's enough for the first down. Well, how about this Georgia team? Now, remember, this is their first true home game, in the SEC. They started out 2 road games. Against Missouri, they ran the ball 38 times for only 101 yards. Now, that's after sacks, but they only had 24 yards in sacks, so they were not successful. They're running the ball in this game.
Arian, I would think you're right.
Yes, they have to help the quarterback. Well, Brian Herrion, first carry as a Georgia Bulldog was a touchdown. And in this game, he's showing you, I'll tell you, in this league, you recruit running backs, and they always seem ready, don't they, as true freshmen?
He is a true freshman out of Douglasville. Elijah Holyfield is back on the field now, number 13.
A better blocker.
Not much there.
Yeah, Holyfield's only had 4 rush attempts on the year so far. Still bringing him along. I talked to Kirby about him. He said he's going to be a great football player for us. Just be a little patient, everyone.
Second down 8. Excuse me here.
Yes. Let's see what Bob Shoop on Tennessee's defense if they try to bring some pressure here.
Wildcat, it's Godwin. Godwin still has it. Oh, boy, was it ever. That's Rashawn Golden, number 7.
And he's made a lot of plays that have jumped out in this game so far. Golden turned in a sweep earlier, and this time he fights off a block and makes the play to the outside.
Brendan Douglas hurries into the backfield, number 22. Third down 8. 2:47 to go first half.
This has been the guy they've gone to in this situation. He's the one that caught it, as Vern told you, on fourth down.
Eason. Got it! Isaac Nauta, number 18.
Boy, what a throw. This is where the cannon pays off. And this is where he reminds you of Matt Stafford. They were trying to play a robber defense with Todd Kelly in the middle, and look at that gun. That's the stuff you don't teach. And when you keep him from having to throw every play, he can deliver those types of strikes. What a cannon he has.
Sonny Michel back in the backfield. Fighting for yards.
Fumbled it.
It's recovered in the end zone. Touchdown, Jacob Eason.
He sure did. Heads up play. He was following the play and he made it. How about that? Sonny Michel was trying to reach for it and actually tipped it forward. Jacob had it one time and then got it on the second one.
Extra point coming now from Blankenship.
And Vern, on the opposite ends of the field, 2 fumbles on the 1-yard line. And Georgia got them both. Tennessee going in. They fumble. Georgia gets it. Georgia's going in. They fumble. And the Bulldogs get it.
Two minutes to go before the half. Georgia up 17-0 and coming up at the half. Back to New York. Adam, Rick, Bryant, and the Geico halftime report. 17-0 at the half last week in Knoxville. Florida led Tennessee 24-3. Now take a look at kind of anemic numbers, but the key is they were going in for a touchdown when Jalen Hurd was hit from the backside and fumbled, recovered in the end zone. And then Georgia energized, took it 78 yards for the second touchdown for them in the ballgame. Evan Berry. Nice return. Out to 37.
Well, let's also remember that Tennessee, this is their first real true road game as well. You know, and they have not been in this type of situation on the road. They had one game that wasn't really on the road, but neutral site.
Well, here's the Michel fumble, and Jacob Eason with the recovered fumble for a touchdown. All right, Adam, thank you. Warning, TV's #1 comedy can be habit-forming. This next episode will have you hooked for sure. Don't miss a new Big Bang Theory Monday at 8, 7 Central, only CBS. First down 10 from the 36-yard line. Dobbs is 5 of 8 for 46 yards. Play fake, goes deep, right at the hash mark, and a great catch by Josh Smith.
And that's who I'd throw to late in the first half if I was Tennessee. Right down the seam. It was Josh Smith a year ago that made a big fourth down catch to get Tennessee back in the football game.
Tennessee has all 3 timeouts left. There's Dobbs into the flat, caught by Kamara, and he will scoot out of bounds to stop the clock at the 24.
Well, Vern, just a year ago, you remember last week, but a year ago, remember, Georgia was up 24-3. There was like a minute 13 left in the half, and Georgia gave up 2 more touchdowns to end the half to put Tennessee back in the game.
1:28 to go before the break here. And they'll keep it on the ground inside the 20. Alvin Kamara. Clock stops while they move the chains.
Plenty of time, too. They have all 3 timeouts. Call any play in the playbook here.
2 wides to the left, 2 to the right, 1 in the slot. Here's Dobbs. There's Dobbs. Lorenzo Carter.
Well, Lorenzo Carter finally gets a sack. He missed one a week ago against Ole Miss. Chad Kelly spun away from it and threw a touchdown pass. This time Carter said no way.
And timeout is called by Tennessee. A loss of 12. 2nd and 22 when we come back.
Well, one more peek at the end of the first half a year ago. 4th down call. Right into coverage, but Josh Smith scores with about 1:09 to go in the half. Sony Michel fumbles the ensuing kickoff. Tennessee goes back down, and Dobbs hits Alvin Kamara for another touchdown. They shocked Georgia with 2 late touchdowns and ended up pulling away in the second half.
2nd and 22. He got it. It's Jalen Hurd across the middle.
And they got to take another timeout here. Clock is going down. They got plenty of them.
That's their 2nd, so 1 remaining. And it will be 3rd down.
Well, it's just, watching Josh Dobbs in the pocket. I thought he kind of ran into the other sack a bit. But, the way you can scramble as he's done before, you can't really blame him. But this time he goes up in the pocket and gets the completion.
.55 seconds to go, first half. 3rd down, what do you do here?
Vern, if I'm Tennessee, I'm a little bit patient. I don't need to force anything for a touchdown. If it's there, I take it. Remember, a field goal here, Tennessee gets the ball to start the second half. Well, Georgia looks like they're going to come after him, but they take a timeout. Ooh, Kirby Smart and Mel Tucker were going to come after Tennessee. Very surprising. Well, here's what the look was just before the end of the half. There are the safeties for Georgia. They were creeping up on that play, showing a blitz look, no help deep. And I think Kirby Smart had second thoughts.
And so now both teams 1 timeout left.
Just remember, it's 3rd and 15 here. How aggressive do you want to be? Much further back this time.
Dobbs in trouble. He's not anymore. He's to the 10. Wow. He's got a first down.
Amazing play by Josh Dobbs. You have it defended. He runs through an arm tackle, runs through another arm tackle. You're not going to tackle this guy with your arms like that. And then spikes the ball.
And so the clock stops with 36 seconds to go. And let's take a look at the Tennessee Red Zone stats presented by Verizon. 11 touchdowns in 17 trips. Just a smidgen more than the national average.
And just remember, we just saw a great game by Dobbs a week ago, but against this Georgia team a year ago, he ran for 118 and threw for over 300. 430 yards of total offense a year ago.
Second and goal, and timeout is called
by
somebody did.
Clock? Is it a clock?
The previous play was ruled an incomplete forward pass. This play is now under review.
Okay, let's see as he spiked the ball what happened here and what they're looking at. He clearly was trying to spike the ball. He takes it from center and throws it down.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be a forward pass. They're saying, did he throw it backwards? I think that's right. It bounced forward, hit the nose of the ball, and went backwards. That's why the replay official wants to take one more look at it. The ball took that funny bounce and went backwards, and watch as it hits right on the nose and then goes backwards, and everybody's going, wait a second, was that a lateral? Or did it maybe hit the heel of an offensive lineman? That's another thing they might look at.
Al Ford is the replay official today, and John McDade is our referee.
We're also getting someone asking here at that quick snap is whether, which is a reviewable play, whether Georgia had 12 men on the field, which also could be reviewed right here. It's not what he told us. See, here's might be what they're looking at too, right here, as Raquan Smith tries to get off the field, whether Georgia had 12 men on the field. 4-3-4, yeah, there's 11 men out there. That would be a reviewable play as well. So you can't see it here, but when you put the two together, was the ball spiked while they had 12 men on the field? Or now they got to count whether it was 11 or 12. I think they had 12. And that would be a 5 yards penalty against Georgia. It's not what the official said he was looking at, but remember, once you start the review process, you can look at anything you want.
Well, this is taking a while.
Again, this is the 12th man that will be on the field. But there's 4 right here, 3 right there, and 4 back here. So there's 11, and here's the 12th man, and he does not get off the field. Yeah, he clearly spikes the ball. It does not hit anyone going down, and it was forward. Would not be shocked if they get an illegal too many men on the field here. Either way,
After
Tennessee.
video review, player number 3 of the defense did not get off the field in time. Therefore, it is an illegal substitution. 12 men defense. This is the penalty at the goal line. This foul was with a run clock up in a minute. However, Tennessee has elected to decline the 10-second runoff. First down.
Of course, Tennessee wouldn't want to run 10 seconds off because they want to score. So now it'll be second and goal. From what, the 4? Is that where they're at now?
Yes.
And they'll also get first down on this.
Good catch, by the way.
And by the way, with one timeout, they could still run Josh Dobbs. I would throw on first down and keep the run pass alive.
3 wide to the right. Roll out, Dobbs. Fires it, incomplete. 30 seconds to go.
Good strategy by Mike DeBoard and Tennessee. They throw on first down, and now with one timeout available, they still can run or pass on second down.
That was intended for Josh Malone, who's yet to catch a pass today. He has caught a touchdown reception in each of the first 4 games. Malone is outside to the right. Dobbs throws it low, incomplete. That was intended for Josh Smith.
Yeah, I didn't get that one. Not very accurate. He had him that time. I don't think Josh Smith, he could have caught it. You know, he had to lay out for it, but an accurate pass there would have been a touchdown. I'm telling you, Mike DeBoer is going to come back with either a run to Jalen Hurd or Josh Dobbs here.
3rd down goal.
Kirby also has a timeout in his pocket.
Dobbs still upright, strolls for the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
All right, that's not what I was going to call. But it still ran. All you have to do is cross the pylon. Has it in his left hand, by the way. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. If he'd have reached out with his right hand, I think it's a touchdown. Boy, I don't think so. I think he was outside of the pylon. Is there enough to reverse it?
The ruling on the field is the runner was able to get the ball inside the pylon. Touchdown.
Boy, we can't really tell. We don't have this view right down the line. I don't know if there's enough. I would guess no, but you can't guess here.
So obviously, the play is under review. Here's Dobbs.
This is going to be upheld as a touchdown. There is nothing conclusive to overturn this call. If we had that camera going right, Vern, if you gave up some of your money and put a camera back there.
There's so many lines
or
right now.
Or give up some of those trophies they've been giving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be called a touchdown or the play is going to stand.
Well, you can see the call was immediately made.
Yeah,
right,
but you know,
right
anything
there.
close, the officials are going to call touchdown on this play. Boy, if he had it in his right hand, there'd be no doubt. Reggie Carter gets a hit on him. Natrez Patrick gets a hit on him. But it was called touchdown. And how about that drive, if it turns out to be 8-play drive to get back in the football game? And even in that situation, Vern, he knew he could run because if he didn't make it, he could take a timeout. Defended well by Georgia in the end zone, but the big guy shores again that he can do it.
That's Reggie Carter with the tackle.
Yep, he and Patrick, number 6, I believe.
It's Gary Jaro, the linesman, who made the call. We want to make sure we had the right official. And there he is, immediately signals touchdown.
Field stands.
Can't change it.
No.
And remember on this drive, he started out with a pass down the middle on first down. He scrambled on 3rd and 15 to make a first down. And then 3rd and goal, he scrambles again for a touchdown, does Josh Dobbs. Yep, Tennessee had him right where they wanted him. Down big.
That's right. What, 24-3 last week? 17-0 here. Means nothing. Kirby Smart encouraging his team now, but the margin is only 10. The reason for the euphoria in Knoxville a week ago today was their second half comeback, led by Joshua Dobbs. They were down by 21 and won it by 10, and today trailing by 17. But Dobbs just with his feet got them into the end zone and on the scoreboard. Bobbled.
And smartly fallen.
Yeah.
On that right there. Good job.
Brendan Douglas. So 9 seconds to go.
And of course, Georgia will just take a knee and go into halftime, and Tennessee will have the football. Good job by Brendan Douglas. Kirby Smart is saying, way to be smart. You don't need to pick that up. We're not going anywhere.
No.
From here. Great finish by Josh Dobbs, and that's that veteran leadership. You know, you've been through all the wars. He's been up through all these stadiums. Tennessee might not have played on the road this year, but Josh Dobbs has in a lot of places.
So the knee is taken, and the first half ends, and Tennessee will return the kickoff to open the second half.
Vernon was 3 plays by Dobbs. You said he did it with his legs. He did, but it started out with a great throw and a better catch from Josh Smith. Then on 3rd and 15, we're thinking Georgia might get him only to hold him to a field goal, and he scrambles for a first down. Then 2 stops, and on 3rd down again, Dobbs creases the end line.
And now it's time for Inside Access, presented by AT&T, official sponsor of the SEC. Here's Alan.
Coach, you held Tennessee scoreless until that final long 8-play drive. As a defensive-minded coach, what were you seeing in that last defensive possession?
Well, we got on our heels a little bit. They hit a pass play on us. We didn't recover from it real well. Kids fought hard, but we can't give up a score that late in the half.
You said this team needs to be more physical than they've ever played in this game. How did you match up physically in that first half?
So far, we've held up. You know, they're a second-half team this year, and that's what they've done. We're going to challenge our guys to come out and for us to be a second-half team and be more physical than them up front. That's all we've talked about this whole game. No scoreboard, be more physical.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
And I think they've done that. We've talked about their line and defensive line have been physical.
So the end of the first half with our score 17-7. Now let's go to Adam Zucker in our New York studio.
All right, Vern, wacky time.
17-7 as we get ready for the third quarter of play. Moments ago, Allie LaForce with Butch Jones.
Coach, your team gave up 10 points off of turnovers in that first half. This is a 10-point game. How did you address the mental mistakes at half?
Well, same thing. They're unacceptable, and we'll get those corrected. And, again, we're responsible for what we create. When you go on the road, you have to create your own momentum. I thought our team showed something. That was a big 7 points prior to halftime, and now we get the ball to start the second half.
You showed a great ability last week to rally your team when they were behind at the half. How did you rally them for this second half?
Business as usual. They understand, pointed some things out, and obviously we're going to have to start fast.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Allie, thank you. And as Butch pointed out, Tennessee will get the football to open. I never get tired of the Bulldog. No, how could you? And Smoking, it's Jalen Reeves-Maybus out for the game with an injury. Outstanding defensive player for Tennessee. And the kickoff forthcoming from Georgia. And that is out of bounds. It's not a very good way to start.
Good. It's field position.
Kicking team. Ball be placed at the yard line. First down.
John McQuaid, our referee, who's been busy in the first half. Well, you and I are getting used to this. A big halftime deficit, a comeback.
Yeah, that's right. Ole Miss. Then last week, Tennessee, Florida. That's true. Actually, it was a 17-point turnaround because remember, Jalen Hurd had almost scored a touchdown. Really wasn't points. But Tennessee, if they think about it, the last 2 times they had the ball, they almost scored. One didn't count, and the next one did.
Right.
I think they start this half saying, we can move the ball. We can get back in this football game. Just stick with the game plan and hold on to the football.
Here's Dobbs. He'll run again, and not much of a pickup. How about first half trends?
Well, you know, the great news for Georgia, especially as hot as Dobbs has been, is they manage Josh Dobbs. And Sony Michel able to run the ball. What Allie heard from Kirby Smart was, you know, especially what happened a week ago against Ole Miss, is we had to win the line of scrimmage, and I think they did do that.
Jalen Hurd gets around the edge and surges up near the 45-yard line. That might be enough for the first.
You know how Sony Michel and the running game for Georgia really opened up the game? I think Jalen Hurd can do that for this Tennessee team. He is really a load.
It's 3rd down 1. Alvin Kamara is the running back now. Kamara cuts it up, cuts it left, first down.
Wonderful run. This outside zone stretch play. He using his eyes on that when he's just looking for where he can make the cut at that time. Comes out, sees it, plants it, and takes it. That one cut downhill run, beautiful by Kamara.
And we have 2 players down, 1 for either team, I believe. 2 for Georgia.
Yes.
I'm mistaken.
2 with the silver pants on.
Yeah. Lorenzo Carter is one of them.
Dominic Sanders.
Dominic Sanders. Time has been called while they tend to the 2 injured Bulldogs. Well, Lorenzo Carter, as you can see, is up and smiling on the bench. Dominic Sanders was taken inside the medical tent.
I think these 2 guys ran into each other. Carter's knee into Dominic Sanders' helmet that time is what happened on the play. They both got dinged a bit, and probably both will be over. Dominic Sanders, when one goes in, none come out.
Our young producer, Khalil Cage, on the sideline. She took charge. First down 10. Sweet.
Beautiful job.
Sure was.
Aaron Davis comes from the secondary, sets that outside edge and forces the back in and then makes the tackle. Set it and then make the tackle. Get some help from the inside from Reggie Carter if you need it, and he did not.
At the 40, it's 2nd down and 7. Georgia up by 10.
Aaron Davis, a former walk-on, played a little corner last year. Now he's a safety.
Hurd goes left. Not much. Well, Tennessee, as Gary mentioned in the first half, has trailed in each of their 4 victories. They were down to Appalachian State, won in overtime, down to Virginia Tech, won big. Last week down to Florida and won by 10. They trailed at one point 17-0 today. Carter and Sanders are both back on the field.
Remember, Georgia came into this game with just 4 sacks. They've had 1. There used to be a sack machine here.
Blitz looks like it's coming. Dobbs got him. Got it as Josh Malone inside the 30.
And Josh Malone has finally showed up. He's the number 2 receiver, leading touchdown receiver in the SEC. One-on-one coverage this time. Runs it against bump and run. Steps in front of the defender. Good throw, good protection. And nice job by Malone protecting the football with his body.
That was a gain of 11 and a first down 10.
Just how much different Josh Dobbs is in the pocket than he used to be. I mean, he's just so much more comfortable now.
Again chased. Again stiff arm over on the left side. Maurice Smith, number 2, forced him out of bounds.
Well, that's the modern quarterback. You know, before it used to be you just would have a running quarterback or you would have a throwing quarterback. And, you know, the modern quarterbacks, Cam Newton, Sean Watson, Lamar Jackson, they do it all now. They stress that defense. You give them an angle, they're going to take it and hurt you.
Gain of 7, 2nd down and 3. 2 wide to the left. The cut is inside
Good
the
defense
19.
again.
Yes, it was.
Aaron Davis again does a good job. He gets the ball carry. He knows where his help is. Watch. Ball's going to come outside, pull the left guard, comes around to the outside, got help inside. Aaron Davis forces it back inside, and they get the stop. 3rd and short.
Aaron Davis heads out to make sure the correct defense is called. Dobbs keeps it.
No, I think it was Jalen Hurd.
Jalen Hurd, beg your pardon.
Jalen Hurd has such great body length. When he turns up, he's about 45 angle. Watch his 45-degree angle. Yes, he is just flat out turning it up. And an NFL type back, they don't need 60-yard runs. They need 6, 8-yard runs, and he's a good pass protector as well.
Opening drive, 3rd quarter. And a 1st down 10, Tennessee.
There's the veteran. He knows what's going on.
Yep. Pulls it back out. Under pressure, fires it. Got him! Woo! Jalen Hurd, touchdown, Tennessee.
Man, we talked about a veteran quarterback. This is what you dream about as a college football coach. When you suffered through a year and a half with a guy making some young mistakes, but now in his senior year, he's out there directing guys around and then makes the throw. We're a little bit on an angle from our booth,
right,
and Vernon went exactly away from us, didn't it, on that throw?
Yeah.
He threw it right in the hole. Beautiful.
Aaron Medley with the extra point. And Tennessee has scored the last 14.
Watch the general now. Watch him. Got a guy in the wrong spot. Get out in the right spot. Now get back. Nope. No, nothing. No panic. Now watch this angle that he's going to throw this ball in when he does it. He sees Hurd. Bam! Right in between him. And Hurd, by the way, finishes across the goal line this time.
I noticed that.
He did not slow down that time at all.
10 plays, 65 yards. A 3-point game. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Sonic. Wheels Up. John Hancock. And by Napa. Our aerial coverage today provided by Goodyear for 60 years. Goodyear has provided aerial coverage of college football's greatest traditions and biggest rivalries. And this is one of them. Josh Dobbs has led his team to 2 touchdowns, and they trail 17-14. Touchback. Reggie Davis. Well, look at, since Georgia was up 17-0.
Yeah. We've seen this before, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Ole Miss had a nightmare like that against Alabama, 3 weeks ago, 2 games ago for us. Then last week, Florida looked like they could call any play they wanted and gain yards, and then all of a sudden it stopped. I'm looking for where Derek Barnett is going to be. He dominated the second half of last week's game.
Eason chased, gets it out of bounds to Isaac Nauta, number 18.
Well, there's no doubt now that this probably is the most pressurized drive for Georgia all game. Their defense basically has been scored on 3 straight drives. There was a fumble that could have been a touchdown. So they need to now put points and give that defense some hope.
2nd down 5. Eason for the game, 7 of 11 for 44 yards. Defensive adjustments. Michelle goes right, cuts back up. Oh, boy, what a nice run.
Yes. Well, you know, Nick Chubb and Sony Michel came in together. As you watch Sony Michel cut up on this one, they've been together 30 games in their career since their true freshman year, since 2014. You know, they've only played in the same game healthy 14 times.
I did not.
One or the other has been Nick. They have really never had that 1-2 combination for a long sequence of games.
Michel again, this time just about broke loose. And he suffered an injury this summer.
Yeah.
Broken left arm in an ATV accident.
And it looked, you know, it was very similar to, you know, Todd Gurley and Keith Marshall. Remember the two when those two looked like it was going to be a 1-2 combination, and then Marshall gets hurt and then Gurley gets hurt. Very similar.
2nd and 7.
Whatever happened to that Todd Gurley, huh?
Yeah, I lost track of him.
Okay.
Yes.
Again, Jim Chaney, offensive coordinator, spying out what Tennessee's got.
Eason batted backward. He's 6'5", but he couldn't get it over the defender.
Here's the problem. When you don't think you can handle Barnett, you keep an extra guy in. That means you're only putting 4 guys out in the formation. This time Holyfield could not get out, and that makes it much easier for that Tennessee defense.
3rd down, 7. Little mix-up on the formation. Eason straightens him out.
Yeah, tight end real wide, and Cortez McDowell, number 20, shifts out on him.
Here's Eason. Got him!
How about that? They said he's a statue. Well, the statue may just made a first down. Jake Eason is going to have to make his mark in this league with his arm and his play action passes. Okay, if he can just make a couple first downs like that, it's all gravy. Can they attack the inside linebackers? That's where I think Georgia needs to find a way. They've been doing it with the run, but can they do it with the pass?
There's Brian Harry, the freshman running back. And time now to bring on the Duck. The Aflac trivia question. As a Georgia player, Kirby Smart's first interception came against which quarterback? He was a defensive player, a starter here in the late 90s. Not to give it away, but...
Well, don't tell me.
No.
I mean,
I shan't.
Against Tennessee.
Gee.
I mean, Peyton is wearing that robe right now, and he's going to say, I do not want to hear about that.
Here's Eason. Sideline, man open, pass overthrown.
Had a chance.
Isaiah McKenzie, he'd gotten loose down the sideline.
You know, this is one of those where you have a chance. It's kind of a wheel route. He's in the slot, gets up there. You got a good matchup inside against Todd Kelly, a safety, and just got it a little too wide. You don't get a lot of those.
And so 3rd down, 8. Georgia with a 3-point lead midway through quarter number 3.
Tennessee does a good job of getting their rabbits, meaning their pass rush specialists, on the field. They bring 5.
Yes, they do, and they got it.
There it is. When you bring 5, you get one-on-one, and that's exactly what happened.
Derek Barnett.
Yeah, but again, matched up against Tyler Catalina, number 72, left side right here. You bring 5, and you've got a chance to get one-on-one to the outside. And we said, can Derek Barnett do in the second half what he did to Florida? Well, you don't need many more of those.
And that brings on Marshall Long on 4th down and 17. Alvin Kamara at the 15-yard line awaits the punt. This is short and does take a Georgia roll. It will be out of bounds at the 22. 37-yard punt. Derek Barnett celebrates the sack.
Well, the last 3 drives, Tennessee has had success. They went 10 plays, 78 yards, could have scored. They did not. Then they come back with a 9-play drive and score right before the half, 65 yards. And then they start out again, 10 plays, 65 yards. Burnett's 29 plays in 3 drives, 200 of their 231 yards, 2 TDs and a fumble at the goal line in their last 3 drives. The Georgia defense has not got to stop.
And here comes Tennessee's offense back on the field. Trailing by 3, 17-14, 6:34 to go, third quarter. Dobbs, by the way, 10 of 15 throwing the football, 124 yards. Sweet Kamara down the sidelines. And now Quicken Loans presents today's Scholar Athletes. On your left, Dylan Wiseman with a GPA of 3.47. Aaron Davis with a grade point average of 3.50. Quicken Loans' commitment to the investment of our future is shown today by donating $1,000 to Tennessee's and Georgia's General Scholarship Fund.
You know, and I'd like to say, what should Georgia do to adjust their defense? I don't know what you can do. I mean, Dobbs is running away from sacks, and he's throwing the ball pretty effectively. It's a tough matchup for Georgia. That's why Kirby said they had to win the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 3. Jawan Jennings, number 15, in motion. Dobbs got him. Natrez Patrick, number 6.
Well, I think Georgia made their adjustment. They brought an extra player from the edge. It's a bear package, meaning they have 5 guys at the line of scrimmage. They all rush, and that time Patrick just beats his man inside for a sack. 2nd of the game. Remember, they came into the game with just 4 on the season.
4th down 12. Trevor Daniel on the punt. McKenzie, that's a nice high, not terribly deep punt. And a fair catch called for and taken at the 37-yard line. They got 42 on the punt, nothing on the return. Natrez Patrick, I got it, didn't I?
Welcome back to Athens, where the Bulldogs lead 17-14. Last night, the year-long celebration of Vern Lundquist continues as the University of Georgia and Athletic Director Greg McGarity gave Vern some nice proclamations and a life-size portrait of himself, which we all had so much fun taking pictures with. And Vern, what an incredible painting that was. Also, earlier today on the field, the fans paid tribute to Vern with one of his signature calls, "Yes, sir." And Vern, what was it like hearing the entire stadium do the "yes, sir" all at one time? I can't imagine.
Pretty moving, Allie, as has every game so far this week. It's this year. See, I'm condensing it all.
Well,
trying to make it last.
That was pretty good.
Longer.
I think the band doing and the whole crowd saying "yes, sir." That was pretty cool.
And having Jack Nicklaus on the scoreboard was helpful. You bet. It was really something. Brian Harrion with the run.
Carried by Kelly. James 42.
17-14. Eason. There you go.
And look how easy that was. Since Georgia has been establishing the run, now he knows out. He doesn't have to read any coverages. It's just a throw to the outside. I mean, Jacob Eason's been doing this, since he's been 9th grade. He can make that throw. It's the trouble he has is these modern defenses at this level coming from high school. If they can help him with the run game, he's going to be spectacular.
Play fake across the middle. Got a guy wide open. It's Isaac Nauta, and it's a touchdown, Georgia.
was called 4 vertical. But remember, he just threw the last pass to the outside. The breakdown was the safety. He gets too wide out here, and the tight end and the receiver, it's too much room. Where are those Tennessee linebackers? Nobody got any depth. The running game helped for the passing game. That guy's got too good of an arm to give him that easy of a throw.
Isaac Nauta had caught 4 passes this year. He's caught 4 passes today now to equal that number, including a 50-yard touchdown pass from Eason.
Yeah, and it was a bullet. When this guy throws, he throws like an NFL quarterback. The ball's not in the air very much at all. 5-star to 5-star for 7 points.
Jacob Eason, as we mentioned, out of Lake Stevens, Washington. That's worth another look.
Remember, with the help that I said that this guy needed, Georgia has been able to run the ball. 2 substitute linebackers in. A little play action. Watch the linebackers. They're gone. Jumper and McDowell are gone. It's an easy pitch and catch over the middle of the field. Great design. Jim Chaney, the offensive coordinator, has called it exactly right. And that big guy in the pocket, when you give him a throw like that, he's going to eat you up. And by the way, the SEC is going to see 2.5 more years of that.
Reeves Maven, one of those outstanding linebackers, is out.
And Darren Kirkland, the other one, made that great combination. You got 2 subs. We speculated, how could Georgia attack those 2 inside guys with the passing game? They did it with a little bit of run and then come after them later.
Rodrigo Blankenship with the kickoff. And this is caught at the 5 by Micah Abernathy. Hangs on to the football and gets across the 25. Well, let's cue the duck who does not pull a truck. This is the Aflac duck.
I didn't hear anything.
No, I didn't either. I guess he's, as a Georgia player, who was the, you kind of knew that, right?
Well, it's Georgia, Tennessee. I mean, it's in the 90s. I'm going to be able to give it a guess. Kirby.
There we go, Kirby.
I'll bet you that highlights somewhere in his saved category.
Probably not in Peyton's. Oh, brother.
Almost.
Dominic Sanders, there's an almost.
Same play. Exact same play. Play action pass, hold the linebackers, watch the linebackers come out. Same exact play. This time, Dominic Sanders cuts underneath it. Instead of having 2 deep safeties, Georgia's playing man-to-man, and Sanders makes the play. Wonderful play by Dominic Sanders.
Here's Dobbs, caught and dropped. It'll be 3rd down. Trenton Thompson, number 78, the first man there.
But by the way, Trenton Thompson is the 4th leading tackler for Georgia. He's a defensive tackle. That's very unusual. That's how good of a year Trenton Thompson's having.
3rd down, 9.
Are they going to blitz again with Raquan Smith right here? Looks like it.
Yep. Dobbs, good protection. Man for man. No, it's double now. And it's incomplete. Intended for Josh Malone. 4th down.
Well, that was good coverage. I'll tell you what, if you're going to play defensive back for Kirby Smart, you're going to have to play bump and run coverage. And that time, Maurice Smith, his old DB from Alabama, comes out and forces Dobbs to throw a perfect pass, and it wasn't.
Back-to-back 3-and-outs now for Tennessee. Payback, I think. Last week, Florida with 7 3-and-outs in the second half. Here's the kick from Trevor Daniel. McKenzie, fair catch. Called for and taken at the 25. Thursday, your weekend starts here when the Cardinals tackle the Niners. It's Thursday Night Football on CBS, NFL Network, and Twitter.
What? What'd you say?
I'm going to watch it on Twitter. That's our intent. Yeah. I'll figure it out between now and then.
You're going to retire and watch football on Twitter, aren't you?
Yeah, that's it. Streaming live everywhere in Steamboat Springs.
We're going to be on one of those cruises and watch it. I swear, if I find out you tweeted something bad about me, I'm coming after you.
I would never. There's enough tweeted back about both of us. You and I don't need to kill each other, you know. Yes, indeed. 2:35 to go. Michelle down immediately. That's Todd Kelly Jr., number 24. Third down.
Tyler Catalina was beat for that sack at left tackle, and it does appear now that Isaiah Wynn has shifted out to tackle. He played some there last year, and now he's helping out to that outside position there, and I think they brought in Deshaun Sims, number 55, to be the guard.
3rd and 13. Low snap. Eason off his back foot. Had to throw it away. He was being chased and didn't have much time. Cortez McDowell.
That time, defensive coordinator for Tennessee, Bob Shoup, won one. He got beat with that double zone coverage on a play action pass. But this time, Shoup to the far side with I think it's him with the hat right there to the outside.
Yep.
Mike DeBoard right next to him in the middle, the offensive coordinator. That time he brought an extra linebacker, Cortez McDowell, and there was no answer for it.
Marshall Long on the punt. Kamara at the 34.
Boy, I really like him as a football player. Catches the ball well. He's got better than average speed. Look how steady he is returning punts. He is a good football player. Well, we talked about Josh Dobbs and what he brings. Remember, we talked about it? He moved the guy out. First of all, he understands what he's doing here at the scouting report. Now he's got it down. And when he uses his toughness, we saw it whether he's throwing the ball or running the ball. I don't think there's anybody in the lead. He's totally unflappable now. People make mistakes around him, or he does, and when he's on his technique in the pocket, balanced and throwing, he's delivering that ball all over the field. UT, he's got it all.
10 of 17 throwing it, 10 of 21 rushing it. That's low,
the string.
And did he catch it?
No.
Yes. Oh, they gave it to him.
Watch Tennessee get up there and do a fastball play here. See if they can beat the review.
John Kelly was the recipient.
Oh, no, that's a drop ball. Can they snap it before replay? They did.
They did.
Now, see, I don't understand that. I don't know. They must have stopped it. I don't know what replay is doing. They only got one job.
Yes.
That was clearly, I mean, if you and I can see it, don't you have to get the officials to say, I'm buzzing you because I want to replay this? Let's see if it ends up being a replay. Is this?
The ruling on the field, the previous play is an incomplete pass. This play is now under video review.
Now, which play are we talking about?
Whoa.
Which one? The first down play?
Hello.
I'm going to do one of those dream sequences again right here.
Yeah,
okay?
like last week.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay. We've been here before.
So they're gonna review the first down play, and somehow they buzzed you, Vern. They're gonna call the first down play incomplete. I'll tell you that right now.
Snap the ball, right?
Buzz me once.
Yeah, and now they're going to have to figure out where it was on first down. This ball is going to be brought back to roughly, the 49-yard line, 1st and 10. It's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 49-yard line. You knew Tennessee was going to try to quick snap it. By the way, Butch Jones came into this conference really one of the devotees to the hurry-up offense. This crowd just saw it right here.
Yeah.
And in the first half, he's really changed, by the way. The first half, Tennessee only ran 6 fastball plays where they snapped it quick. And by the way, they were not successful on it. 3 runs, 3 passes, 1 sack, really for what? No yards? Basically no yards, maybe 8 yards on all those fastball plays. So it's been no factor in this game. Georgia and that Georgia defense has been ready for it, and Tennessee hasn't used it at all. See, this replay has to go from right here, Sanford Stadium. It's got to go up to the satellite.
Right.
Then it goes to the satellite, it goes over to Birmingham.
Yep.
And then they look at it for a while, then it comes off the satellite again, back over
on the
here,
field of an
and
incomplete
then down to the
pass
field.
stands.
That's what takes so long. They're going to be mad at me, you know that, don't you?
Of course. Now, if it's helpful at all, the commissioner, Greg Sankey, is here.
Wow. Now, wait a second. They got it messed up here.
Well,
they should go back to 2nd and 10. So they reviewed the 2nd down play.
And not the first.
Wow. So they were late. They did not get it stopped, so they ran the 2nd play. Man.
Dobbs, Jawan Jennings, one-on-one ultimately, and he's got a first down inside the 25.
And what a big play for Tennessee. Instead of 2nd and 10, they had 3rd and short. They're allowed to match up, and now Jennings, the most physical football player on Tennessee's offense, at least at receiver, made the catch.
And now they do go with a hustle offense, diving try.
I don't think so.
No. Josh Smith.
Good throw, decent coverage, great throw, but did he get his foot down? They're saying no, and it does not look like it.
I'm just trying to figure the sequence out. So the first pass by John Kelly was
They did
ruled.
not. They snapped it before the replay official could stop the play.
Okay. Just trying to keep up.
Well, that didn't look right, did it?
Dobbs. And there was contact, and the catch is made at the 20-yard line by Jawan Jennings.
Well, Lorenzo Carter put the pressure on that time, actually just running through his man. Watch the matchup right here as he takes on Chance Hall and just pushes him back into the pocket. And that's what forced Dobbs outside.
3rd down. 24-14, final 8 seconds, 3rd quarter. And that will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. End of 3, 24-14. We'll return to Athens right after this message and a word from your local station.
Now it's kicking in. Pure adrenaline. Out to solid. Pure adrenaline.
Overhead view of Sanford Stadium, one of the more beautiful college football stadiums in the country, nestled in the corner of this campus of the University of Georgia. We began the 4th quarter. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, Allie LaForce, 24-14. 3rd and 3.
That's Alvin Kamara right there. By the way, 3 straight series, no Jalen Hurd.
Dobbs, Kamara keeps his feet and plunges in. That's a touchdown, Tennessee.
Yeah, he had the matchup. You could see it. Kamara matched up on the guy he wanted. good receiver. And he knew it right from the start that that's where the ball was going. He's got an off player right there. He's going to throw it quick out to the outside. Completes it. Missed tackle, and he gets in. There was Dominic Sanders that had the shot on him, but it was so much cushion there. Dobbs knew he was going with that one from the beginning.
Aaron Medley with the extra point. And it is now back to a 3-point difference. First play, fourth quarter. Alvin Kamara. Sanders with a missed tackle. Touchdown, Tennessee.
And now it's time for our Geico game recap.
Well, we'll take you through this one. Jalen Hurd catches this pass. Got a little casual. Fumbled into the end zone. It negated a Tennessee touchdown. And then the Bulldogs took a 17-0 lead as Jacob Eason fell on this Sony Michel fumble in the end zone. But Tennessee came back with 14 unanswered points. Here was the second touchdown as Jalen Hurd made amends, 17-14. Then Jacob Eason went deep. Isaac Nauta, that's freshman to freshman. And that made it 24-14. And then just moments ago, here's the Joshua Dobbs. Sanders misses Alvin Kamara. He goes in, the extra point is good. And that is where we stand at 24-21.
And Kamara has been a very valuable player because we have not seen Jalen Hurd for 3 straight series. And Kamara, with his receiving ability, Kamara had one, Hurd had one for a touchdown, now Kamara has one for a touchdown.
Yep. Aaron Medley will kick off. 24-21, early fourth quarter. Reggie Davis. And let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Vernon Gary, I've been standing behind Jalen Hurd for about 15 minutes now, and he's showing no signs of injury. He has not gotten any medical attention. He's still talking with his teammates. He doesn't seem discouraged or emotional in any way. It doesn't appear to me as though he has a serious injury. I'll keep an eye on it for you and let you know why he's not out there.
All right, Allie, thank you. Now Tennessee goes on defense, trailing by 3. They've never led in this game. They were down at 1 point, 17-0. And here comes Jacob Eason. Hustle to the line of scrimmage. Take it under center. Toss. Sweep. Isaiah McKenzie. Ever so dangerous. That's a first down.
It's a bit of the quick sugar huddle that back in the day, Sam Weish and the Cleveland, I'm going to get killed.
Yes, you
the
are.
Cincinnati Bengals
Yes,
use.
you are.
They huddle very close to the line. They break the huddle and snap it. They change their formation and tight ends very quickly and catch people off balance with quick running plays. Get killed.
Any mention of Sam Weish is a
well,
good
Sam's
mention,
good, but I mean, when you played for Cleveland.
Yeah. Surge to the 40. Well, we're going west somewhere next week. We will either be at College Station for Tennessee at Texas A&M, or we will be in Fayetteville. It all begins with the Arbitrator College Football today, next Saturday, 3 o'clock. If I'm Adam and Rick and Bryant, I'm pleading for promo pictures for them.
Really?
You know, the guys on the NFL today, it goes on for 30 seconds. And our guys get boopkas. 24-21. Brian Harry. Rashawn Gaulden with the stop. Third down.
Well, this is a big, the last time the Georgia offense answered, but they needed a big drive for their defense. Now this may be just as big. The Tennessee offense seems to be able to find a way to get it in the end zone, most of the time now. They need to help that defense again with a first down here for sure. Third and manageable.
They look back at Jim Chaney, first-year offensive coordinator, to get the call. First year here. Eason across the middle. Oh, let him open.
Yeah, it's going to be
there's a flag.
Yes, it is.
Todd Kelly. Isaac Nauta has been the most prolific pass catcher today.
Yeah, it's a good matchup. Nauta is a 5-star tight end. A lot of people wanted. Georgia won for it. You could see Kelly trying to hold out as much as he could. There was a lot of contact both ways, but to the official, the back judge, it looked more towards Tennessee.
After the penalties marked off, it's a first down at the 47 of Tennessee.
Just a heads up, Vern, Tyler Catalina's back in at left tackle, number 72. You don't do this a lot in SEC football games. Played his first 4 years at Rhode Island. You don't hear that a lot.
No, you don't. And now a starter in the SEC. McKenzie around the corner. Out of bounds. That could be another first down.
They ran right at the Rhode Island grad. Number 72 got out in front of it, and with McKenzie's quickness around the corner, got a very successful play. There he is, pulling out. Number 72, left side of your screen. Gets in there. Better block than Jacob Eason. Right?
I think so.
Yes.
Yes. There was actually bodily contact.
Yeah. Got a grade on a curve.
Yep.
They do definitely like to run the ball at Derek Burnett, don't they? They want to force Barnett to play rundowns and kind of maybe even wear him out a little bit on pass. Oh, I told him Lazovic is going to get legal procedure, I think.
Ball start. 83 offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Yep, the tight end. And so that turns second down and 3 and second down and 8. Isaiah McKenzie in the slot, right side. Here comes Harrion, nothing there.
That was good solid defense by Tennessee. Stretch it out and make the tackle.
Well, this is your basic big midseason game. Tennessee 4-0, but most importantly in the conference 1-0. Florida won today against Vanderbilt. Georgia currently 1-1, and you see the remainder after that.
I will say this: if Georgia can win this football game, their schedule, the back half, very favorable.
Eason wide open. It's the freshman to the freshman again.
I'm telling you, the guy's got a lightning trigger. Closest I've seen to Matt Stafford since I've been in this conference. And remember, 2006, the last time Tennessee has won here, Matt Stafford was a freshman, and it was 2 weeks prior to him taking over permanently as the starting quarterback. And about $100 million, I guess.
He's made a coin or two.
Yes.
Matt out of Highland
Here's that
Park.
look again.
Yeah,
Quick break. Sam Weish.
They're in. Knocked out of bounds near the 30. Last top 25 road win at Georgia, 51-33. They have lost 23 straight against teams ranked 25 or better. After the hammering that Georgia received at Ole Miss last week, I think many of us were surprised that they remained inside the top 25, but they're proving their worth today. Second down and 8. It's Godwin. It's in the wild card again. It's McKenzie, and he is caught by Colton Jumper. I guess appropriately you call it the wild dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, calling a formation here a cat just doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
Wildcat, no.
No. But why did it work at Arkansas then? They didn't call that the wild pig.
Well, they kind of did, I think. They have some other names.
Maybe so.
We just didn't.
No, you're right. Darren McFadden, no, we didn't do that.
Might be a 4-down call here for Georgia.
Eason inside.
Oh, what a throw.
Was it ever? Just below the waist, caught at the 25. Isaiah McKenzie.
That's an innate ability that you learn from throwing 1,000 balls through high school and 7-on-7. Remember, Jacob Eason attended spring football here, as an early graduate from high school. I mean, he just knew the ball had to be delivered at low, and he threw it perfectly.
Rashawn Golden is the injured player, the nickelback.
I mean, good coverage by Tennessee that time. Just can't stop that throw.
Golden, the injured player, time has been called while they take care of him. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Auto Trader, Verizon, Allstate, and by Chick-fil-A. All right, Gary, it's 24-21. U-turn play caller. Are you going to go for it here?
Big decisions are easy when you don't have great options. The Georgia team cannot stop Tennessee lately. They got bad field goal kicking. They made it last time. Easy decision. You got to go for this if you're Kirby Smart. And
that appears to be the option taken by Georgia on 4th down with a 24-21 lead. 4th and a long yard.
They did shotgun last time. Remember, Vernon? They ran the ball.
Sony Michel is the running back alongside Eason. They'll throw it.
Wow. I'm surprised.
Tipped.
Yep, tipped ball will not be interference. It was a long yard. We'll have to say that. They did not have confidence they could run the ball. I'm not sure who tipped it.
I'm not either. It might have been Mosley. Let's see.
They were going to the same. Was it Shai Tuttle, number 2?
Yes, it was. I believe it was. Yes.
Because that's the guy. Remember a year ago? Oh no, it could have been before Tuttle. I think it was
Corey
before.
Vereen?
I think it was Corey Vereen. It was.
We're going to have a minute to figure all this out, and we're going to use every second.
Team back to Athens.
Adam, thank you. And Jalen Hurd, last time we saw him on the field, I believe.
First series, he bumps his head a bit, then wanders out, catches the touchdown pass, and scores. That's the last time we remember him in the game.
First down 10 after the 4th down incomplete pass. Alvin Kamara remains the running back. Fumble. Oh boy, is he popped as he gets near the sideline. Wow. Nate Patrick with the tackle.
Yeah, not a good snap, obviously. Fumble picked up and then finished off by Patrick on the sideline. And you can't blame Georgia for, hitting him. I mean, he's broken a lot of tackles, and he's been tough to bring down.
2nd down, 13. Dobbs. Intercepted.
I think it's Maurice Smith.
How about that? First year at Georgia. Graduate transfer.
It's going to be a wheel route down the sideline, and it was a poorly thrown ball this time. Inside, just turns around. Thank you very much. The ball should have been thrown about another 8-10 yards. And that's a gift. First play, after they get the stop on 4th down, first play is a bad snap, second play is an interception. And continue, Tennessee does, shooting themselves in the foot.
Let's talk about Sam Weiss again. Here's the toss to the right side. The Cincinnati Bengal former. You know what I used to love when I did the NFL? Sam was one of those guys who would call you in and he'd say, "What can I tell you?" And he'd tell you every trick play he had. And the other guy who always did that for us was Tommy Tuberville. It was appreciated. Most coaches keep things very close to their vest.
You know, thinking back, remember on that first down play, Joshua Dobbs took a big hit to the head, and then he throws the ball poorly on the next one. Okay, remember, Tennessee gets a stop. They're all cheering and believing they got all the momentum and everything. And then the hit to the head right on the sideline. And then right after the next play is a pass, and it was a woefully short throw. So I'm going to say, you know, that hit had something to do with it. And look at him on the sideline, throwing, trying to maybe shake the cobwebs out a little bit.
3rd down, 5, 3-point game. Nauta is in tight to the right. He's blocking this time. The pass goes into the tipped away.
Nice
What a
defense.
Wow. Rashawn Golden, who was injured a few plays ago, got up, walked off, obviously without assistance.
Yeah, this ball was underthrown as well. Not woefully underthrown, but just enough to allow Golden to get his hand on it. Sticks it up, and actually the ball hits his hand. He doesn't hit the ball hits his hand. But you know what? Golden stuck with the play. It was slightly underthrown, and he made the play. Great stop by the Tennessee defense.
So 4th down, 5. Marshall Long is on to punt. Alvin Kamara at the 10. Kamara will let this one bounce, and it goes into the end zone. There is a flag.
Well, I can tell you this, if it's on Georgia, Tennessee will take the ball as a touchback.
You bet.
They're not going to allow them to have another shot at putting it inside the 10.
Illegal formation, kicking team. 5 men in the backfield. The 5-yard penalty will be applied after the touchback. First down.
Butch Jones and the Volunteers trail by 3. Kirby Smart not that happy with his team. Aerial coverage today provided by Goodyear. For 60 years, Goodyear has provided aerial coverage of college football's greatest traditions and biggest rivalries. And don't forget, at the conclusion of the game, the Napa play of the game presented by Napa Auto Parts. I think we're a long way from making a decision on that one.
Vern, if I'm Mike DeBoard and Butch Jones right now, I'm telling my offense, you have to play with urgency. We've got 6:46, but we want at least 2 possessions. We don't want it just to come down to 1 possession. We want to at least have 2 chances to score here. So let's hurry it up right from the start.
Kamara remains the running back. Gets the handoff, goes right, slips a tackle, cuts up, and moves all the way out to the 38. We've not seen Jalen Hurd. Let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Vern, once again, I never saw Jalen Hurd receive any medical attention, and I got word from the team that it's most likely a coach's decision. He has been positive up on the sidelines after the last interception, was out on the field encouraging his teammates. He's handling it the best way possible and anxious to get back in.
They'll come left this time. After the 13-yard gain, they get a couple.
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara now with 10 carries, 56 yards.
So how about the irony of that? Tennessee is going to go with Alvin Kamara, who was originally recruited to Alabama by Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart transfers to Georgia. Alvin Kamara transfers to Tennessee.
Right. Dobbs lobs it short, but it's caught by Josh Malone. And that's going to be another first down.
Good pass protection that time. Remember, this is a different defense we've seen this year for Georgia. There's no Jordan Jenkins and Leonard Floyd on the outside of this defense. Good pass protection. And he had plenty of time to survey deep and drop it off.
Gain of 12, first down. This one doesn't work as Davin Bellamy made the tackle there.
Georgia does a good job of getting their subs in now. A few plays into this series, they've gone 4 plays, and they've got their backup defensive lineman in to rush the passer.
2nd and 8. Dobbs takes off, comes left, inside the 40 to the 39. It'll be 3rd down.
This might have been a read all the way. Lorenzo Carter, number 7, takes a step inside, and Dobbs keeps it.
Tennessee is 8 of 13 on 3rd down conversions in the ball game. They're looking at a fairly large one here. 3rd and 3, trailing by 3, 4:26 to go. High snap. No way! Dominic Sanders.
Inside first, though. True freshman. We said the subs are in, and they're fresh. Watch number 5 get penetration inside to make the play. There's the penetration to force it outside and cleaned up. What a great play by a true freshman on the field for Georgia. Great substituting for Georgia.
Trevor Daniel to punt on 4th down. Both teams, all 3 timeouts left. This could be it.
Wonderful
Oh
play.
my gosh. A catch in the air inside the, well, right at the 5. Riley Lovingood, who snapped it, was the first one down and made the over-the-shoulder catch. Try me as a wide receiver.
That's not bad, is it?
Whoa.
Well, here you go, Georgia offense. Can you put together 2 or 3 first downs? Do you trust a true freshman quarterback to throw the ball down here?
Georgia has not turned it over today. Nothing doing on that play.
I think they're going to have to throw the ball. Maybe that fullback in the flat. Christian Payne sliding out.
Danny O'Brien with that tackle for a loss of 1. There's Jim Chaney. He's been around forever, it seems.
Well, it won't be to Payne.
No, you're right. 2nd down, 11.
Unless they got a really tricky play.
Sony Michel is back on the field now.
Last time it was Corey Vereen, number 50, knocking down the pass. Let's see the matchups.
Eason from the end zone. Got him! Ball is loose. Touchdown recovered by Corey Vereen. How about that?
I think they should have gone with my play. Fullback out in the flat.
Yeah, get Christian Payne back out there.
Corey Vereen pressures Jacob Eason. He pulls it down, and he does not have that much time.
And Derek Barnett was in there as well, Gary.
Yeah, Vereen forced him to double clutch on the pass, and I think Barnett is the one that got the sack. And I believe Derek Barnett was double teamed on the play.
We're going to review it.
And we should. Let's take a peek at it. Watch Vereen first, number 50. He's going to come off of this side, push into the backfield, and then Barnett beams inside. They tried to chip him outside, but Barnett comes in and gets the sack. The two defensive ends, you can't double clutch it there. I wonder if they're looking at whether it was a tuck rule on the play, whether he was bringing it in. I thought he had the ball. Clutches it, yeah, and then he stomachs it, and then that's a touchdown. That's going to be a touchdown. Well, we said, could Derek Barnett make a difference in the second half? The answer is yes.
Cortez McDowell was also in the neighborhood, but it was Corey Vereen's initial pressure.
Yep.
And then Derek Barnett, who had such a, here we
After
go.
video review, ruling on the down is confirmed.
I'll tell you, on that play, Jeb Blazevich, 83, and Tyler Catalina were assigned to Derek Barnett. When Blazevich chipped him, he actually knocked him off Catalina inside.
And so Tennessee has taken the lead for the first time in the ball game. Aaron Medley, this one's important. It's up and it's good. 2:56 to go. First turnover of the ball game, and it results in a volunteer touchdown. Well, if you're a Volunteer fan, you're kind of getting used to this. They were down to Appalachian State, 1 overtime, down to Virginia Tech, 1 regulation. Last week, down 21 to Florida, 1, and they have just claimed their first lead in this ball game. Here's Reggie Davis. There goes Reggie Davis.
And there goes a flag on the field.
Aaron Medley got him. Wow. There's a flag way back at the 20.
There's no foul for an illegal block in the back. First down.
One more look. This is a tough matchup. I'm going to correct myself. Jeb Blazevich is one-on-one with help from Sony Michel. That's a brutal matchup for the tight end to take Derek Barnett. And Michel tries to help, but he can't. That's a very tough assignment for your tight end to hold off that guy.
4-point lead. A 46-yard Carter return. Snap a little low, pressure coming. Eason pulls up. He's hit as he lets it go, but it's caught.
What a play.
Sony Michel with the catch.
I think he was out of bounds,
I do
though,
too.
before he caught the ball. Now, was he forced out of bounds? I don't think so.
Receiver stepped out of bounds on his own and came back in bounds to catch the ball.
I'll tell you, the Tennessee coach on the sideline better be careful as well. If we could see that one more time. This Tennessee coach in the green almost affected that play.
Here it is.
Sony Michel goes to the top of the screen and then steps out.
So it's loss of down, 2nd down and 10.
The Tennessee coach has to be very careful. He could have been called in that neutral zone because he almost affected that play.
Eason, pressure, lets it go near side, incomplete. 3rd down. Corey Vereen, take a look at the green shirted coach.
Yeah, watch this. The ball's on the way. Now watch the reaction as he comes to make a play on the ball. He cannot be in that neutral zone, and he's lucky to get away with that one right there.
It's not the way you want to get on television.
Well, hey, if it ain't called, it ain't called.
You're right.
Survived.
3rd down, 10.
They are having a trouble with 50 and 99. I'm telling you that right now. And they move. Yep. You can feel that offensive line feeling the pass rush.
54 offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
On the first completion to Sony Michel, Jacob Eason had to spin out and make a wonderful throw. And in the last one, he was under duress. And now that offensive line is knowing that they're getting the ears pinned back.
Third down, 15.
Still have time, Georgia does, to punt the ball.
They do have all 3 timeouts left. Eason under pressure. Gets it. Is that intercepted? Was he inbounds?
I think he was.
Malik Foreman, number 13, ruled inbounds and interception.
Matching up to the outside with Terry Godwin, and he beats Godwin to the ball that time. More aggressive, he got his left foot down, and that's an interception. And at this point, you got to understand, remember the move at the beginning of the game when Butch Jones brought out Cam Sutton and Jalen Reeves-Maybin with their helmets on. He knew he didn't have his best corner, but this time Malik Foreman comes up and makes a Cam Sutton-type interception. Not over. Not over. Georgia has 3 timeouts left. Don't have a turnover the whole football game, and then the last 2 series they get 2 of them.
Yeah. Fumble in the end zone, recovered by Tennessee, and this was ruled an interception. I think his left foot was down.
Yep, yeah, no doubt.
1 foot in college football. Watch the left foot.
That was
boom.
Somewhat of a sloppy play by Terry Godwin that time. He needed to be coming down that sideline and give your quarterback an option to throw the ball. He just stood there.
Sure looked like that left foot was the first one down.
Nothing will upset a veteran quarterback more. When you're a freshman, you can't say much. Than throwing a ball to the sideline and having the defender beat you to the ball.
The catch for interception is confirmed. 1st down, Tennessee.
Foreman with the pick. And Alvin Kamara remains a running back. We've not seen Jalen Hurd since he caught a touchdown pass opening series. Here's Kamara around. Oh, boy. Dominic Sanders, first one there.
Yeah, and see if Kirby Smart decides to take a timeout here. Forced wide, and Kamara gets to the corner, but not as Dominic Sanders comes up and forces it just a little short. Nice defense.
Clock showing 1:42 to go.
I'm surprised here.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time.
Well, now Kirby is waiting.
Well, he can't call timeout now. No, you just got to live with it. Boy, that's a tough 40 seconds to give up right now.
Whew. Kamara, rather.
Now you get the timeout.
Yep. With 1:20 to go. Time call. CBS.
Well, just remember, and listen, that's what we do for a living, right? Second guess. This clock right now would be 1:55 if he had taken his timeout. Okay. He really gave Tennessee a 35-second runoff there.
3rd and 7. Fourth down. And a timeout called again immediately by Georgia. So they've got one remaining, 1:15 to go. They're about to get the ball back, trailing by 4. Volunteers lead 28-24. With under 2 minutes to go against Missouri and trailing by 6. Jacob Eason fired a 20-yard strike on 4th down to Isaiah McKenzie for the game-winning touchdown. The Dogs won that one 28-27. Well, can they do it again?
And it was a Jacob Eason drive to get him down there, too. Well, they finally get their 11th guy on the field.
Trevor Daniel high, fairly short. McKenzie's going to let it bounce, and it was taken at the 19-yard line with 1:07 to go. Stay tuned for the Jeep postgame show coming up after our game. Well, you've got a freshman quarterback out of Lake Stevens who's 13 for 25, 125. He's thrown 1 touchdown, 1 interception. His most prolific receiver today has been Isaac Nauta with 5 catches for 83 yards.
Well, this is how legends are made right here. The young gunslinger with a fierce pass rush.
He's got time. He goes across the middle. He's got a man wide open. It's Terry Godwin. Now the clock will stop as they move the chain. Under a minute to go. 1 timeout remaining. Ball at the 35. Eason inside, caught. Dragged down at the 47. That's Isaiah McKenzie.
Remember, against Missouri, it was an 80-yard drive in 10 plays. Nice start to this drive.
Godwin comes near side. Eason caught. Blazevich, the tight end. He stays inbounds.
Cortez McDowell, Vern, had a shot at it, but he gunned it through. Watch him cut it through. Right through the defender. And Blazevich makes the catch.
Clock starts again, 25 seconds remaining. Here's Eason. Nope. Flag thrown, far side.
Legal procedure.
19 seconds remaining.
And to avoid the
false start. Number 72 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. This foul stopped the running clock under 1 minute. Is subject to a 10-second runoff.
Right.
However, Georgia elects to take its 3rd and final timeout of that half.
Georgia will have to burn their final timeout. Remember, this clock would be a good 35 seconds more right here. But you get a 10-second runoff. It's all evened up. Not really evened up. Cost them, I just didn't like it. They're not taking the timeout after first down.
Four-point games, 19 seconds to go. If Tennessee can hang on and win this, they will grab real control of the SEC East.
Well, they got 2 big games coming up, at A&M and home against Alabama. If they get a split, the back end of their schedule should have them ushered in to Atlanta. They lose them both, Florida would be back in it. Look at the next 2 weeks. Those are the big games now. And then the back end of it is winning football for Tennessee. They don't have a matchup that really should be able to physically match up with them.
First down, 15.
It's going to be tough to use the middle of the field now. If you throw the ball with only 19 seconds to go, how much more can you get off?
Eason has it. Steps up, looks deep, goes down the left side. He's got a man open. Touchdown, Riley I'll take you back to the beginning of the drive when you said, this is how legends are born.
He's got a cannon, but Malik Foreman slowed down. He didn't think he could throw it that far. He was wrong.
10 seconds to go. Riley Ridley.
After the touchdown, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 36 of the offense taking his helmet off in the field of play. The 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the succeeding kickoff.
Ridley, a 6'2", 200-pounder, a true freshman. His second catch of the game and of the season.
There's a lot of open mouths right now, aren't there? This is how, as you said it, Vern, we said it early, you repeated it, you can make a legend doing this in this conference.
Georgia by 3.
Watch Malik Foreman slow down at the end of the play. He did not finish it. This is the coverage. The safety gets pulled into the middle of the field. Good protection up front. Eason rides up. Now watch the defender slow down. He slows down and he guns it right over his head.
Hello. Georgia touchdown.
Malik Foreman, remember he made the interception by hustling. This time he slows down, and it's too late by the time he turns around.
Jacob Eason out of Lake Stevens, Washington. He committed here to Mark Richt. There was genuine concern when Mark Richt was fired and then went to Miami that Jacob Eason would decommit. He did not. You think Georgia fans aren't happy?
I'll tell you now, when you got a cannon as an arm and you could throw that ball, there's not a safe spot on the field. That was Matthew Stafford-ish right there, wasn't it?
Wow.
Now what do? You've gotten the ball backed up. There's 10 seconds to go. You don't want a long field goal here. Do you squib it? I pooch it about on the 20-yard line. I don't know why Tennessee's up. They're not going to kick it short. I don't know what they're doing.
Taken by Evan Berry. Gets loose. Tries to get out of bounds. Does. 4 seconds to go.
Tennessee played everybody up. There's a flag on the play, by the way.
At the 28-yard line.
Offside. Number 20, the kickoff team. The 5-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the return. First down.
Well, with 4 seconds to go, I don't think you have two plays here.
No.
Do you just try a field goal? I don't know why Tennessee's thinking it's going to be an onside kick here. Why are they not back? You're going to throw it into the end zone, or you're going to try a 55-yard field goal? It would be a 60-yarder. They got to throw it into the end zone.
Yep. So they've got 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Tennessee uses the first.
Remember back in the day they used to put A.J. Green back there and knock it down? Now they're putting Lorenzo Carter back there, number 7, their tallest player.
Let's go back 15 years and Larry Munson's great call.
And there's a touchdown! My God, a touchdown! We threw it to Haynes. We just stepped on their face with a hobnail boot and broke their nose. We just crushed their face.
That was David Green to Verron Haynes on 4th down, and they won that game over Tennessee. And that was the great Larry Munson with one of the more memorable calls in radio broadcasting history.
Just remember this, the Tennessee receivers are big. 6'3", Josh Malone, Juwan Jennings, Jason Groom. They're all tall receivers. And again, number 7, Lorenzo Carter, goes back there to help.
Four men near the goal line. Dobbs heaves it. They're bunched up in the end zone. It's tipped up. It's caught. It is caught. Juwan Jennings. Juwan Jennings.
Another hobnail boot. My goodness.
You know, I'm going to miss doing the SEC.
Yeah, I think so. We talked about the tall receivers. We talked about the toughness of Juwan Jennings. Lorenzo Carter was back there, but he did not get to the ball. Here he is, the tallest guy. He did not get to the ball. And you know that unsportsmanlike penalty by Georgia cost them the football game.
Look at the leap of Juwan Jennings. He had the go-ahead catch for Tennessee in their win over Florida, and watch the coach for the Volunteers. My, oh my. Allie is with Butch Jones.
Coach, I don't know if there are words, but if there were, your reaction to that incredible ending.
Indescribable. But just the grittiness of this football team. We called timeout to give a look what they would see. And I told our guys, we're going to make this play, and you got to believe. And somebody came and put a cross on my shoe. And you know what? Senior quarterback, Juwan Jennings, goes up, makes the play.
You know, Josh Dobbs came into this game so confident, so unfazed. When I saw him on the sideline, he looked like he knew this was going to happen. How impressed are you with the way that he has been stepping up after last week and now?
Just very poised. He's put 2 back-to-back games, and coming here, we get a lot of adversity. We find a way to win the football game. That's what this football team's all about, character.
Coach, I have to laugh with you as these two share tears together. I know you can't see it. An emotional moment.
This right here is what college football is all about.
Coach, enjoy this moment with your team. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Josh Dobbs from Alpharetta, Georgia, not recruited by Georgia, comes in and steals it with the last throw. Here's the last play again. There's the big guy, their tallest guy, a defensive end. We talked about Juwan Jennings and the height of their receivers. It's just a prayer. And the toughest football player, I think, on their team, Juwan Jennings, goes up and makes the play.
I've said previously, sometimes words are superfluous. This is one of those times. Back to Allie with Josh Dobbs.
Josh, congratulations. Explain to us exactly what was said when you had that last moment to talk to Coach, and he sent you out there on the field with this one last chance for a win.
You know, he said we're going to get it. He said, you know, it's not Hail Mary. You know, we're going to go up, make a play, give him time. By any means necessary, let him go and make a play. And that's what Juwan did.
When Jennings hugged Coach after the game, tears were in his eyes. What are the emotions that you're feeling right now?
Everything. Oh, I still can't even believe that happened. That's crazy. Oh, you know, you see Hail Marys, you never think you're going to be a part of one, and it happened. You know, we'll take it. We're 5-0. We'll keep going.
What will you tell your team, and how will you celebrate?
Oh, we'll celebrate all right, but tell them great team win. Defense kept us in the game. We made plays when we had to, and then outstanding job making play at the end to win. We're the most competitive team in the nation. I firmly believe that, and games like this show that.
Congratulations, Josh.
Thank you.
Vern.
Thank you, Allie. Any doubt about the play of the game?
Wow.
The Napa play of the game. We could have picked about 4 or 5.
Well, we had the other one dialed up.
Oh, yeah,
on the other side.
And there's Jawan Jennings being interviewed down on the field. Take a look now at the Napa play of the game. The Hail Mary, Josh Dobbs. There were 4 defenders on the goal line, and he lets it go, and then Jawan Jennings, number 15, goes up, grabs it. Let's listen to Bob Kessling's call, the voice of the Volunteers.
Game's on the line here, 31-28 Georgia. Dobbs out of the shotgun, back to throw. Dobbs drops back, looks, loads up, fires long for the end zone. The pass is going to be caught by Tennessee.
Tennessee wins!
Caught by Tennessee, Jawan Jennings. Jennings makes the catch in the end zone on the Hail Mary. What a turn of events. Georgia throws a bomb. Tennessee comes back and throws the Hail Mary.
It's just another average weekend in the SEC on CBS.
Well, just think about this Tennessee team. They had a streak of 11 straight against Florida. They were down 21-0 last week. They come back, fight. Remember, it was Jawan Jennings that made that big catch to start that comeback. Now down 17-0, and then getting the ball back with 10 seconds to go. They do it back-to-back weeks.
Well, at one end, it was Ridley with the catch to put Georgia up on top. And then on the Hail Mary, as Josh said, first one in which he's ever been involved. And the Volunteers of Tennessee are 5-0 and heading to College Station. For Gary Danielson and Ali LaForce, I'm Vern Lundquist saying so long from Athens. This was amazing. The Jeep Post Game Show is up next after these messages.